Hey guys, I want to help you out with something which is all too common, and that's people complaining about their dogs having selective hearing, saying, oh, they only listen to me sometimes. And this normally boils down to a couple of reasons. The first reason is a lack of proofing. Now, proofing your dog's training or behaviour is when you've done either modification or you've done training, you then gradually build your dog's ability to do the same fundamental training or the same behavioural modification sets that you've done in a safe environment. So when you've done it in the home, you progress to the garden, you progress to a quiet park, you progress to a street, you progress to a busier park, a busier street, and you build them up slowly. Now, proofing's a huge topic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to advise you guys to go and find our podcast, the Wagging Tails podcast. You'll find it on Spotify and many other podcast providers. You can also find a link to it on our website. So if you go to the Noble Canine website, on the home page, there's a button which says Wagging Tails podcast, and you'll find it there. One of our recent episodes is on proofing, and that is where we go deep into what proofing is, how to do it, what to look out for, and the do's and the don'ts. So please go have a look at that. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. The second is something that we normally do with puppies, but a lot of people don't, because they either didn't do training with their puppy, or they didn't realise how important this game was, or, you know what, maybe they thought it was boring and they just didn't bother. So some people call it the name game, some people call it focus, some people call it the art of attention. The name doesn't matter, it all boils down to one normal thing. Porthos, sit. Good lad. So effectively this is getting your dog to look at you when you say their name, okay? Or at the very least, to have them pay attention to you. So it should look something like this, okay? You've got the treat in your hand, you close your hand, you start off close to your face, and then you say the dog's name. So you make sure the dog's looking at the treat, you say, Porthos, good, and you reward the dog for looking at your face, okay? So again, you start here, then you move it further away, so he's looking at the treat. Porthos, good, and he gets reward for that as well. You bring that out until you don't show them any treats at all, and eventually it will look something like this. Aramis, good boy, and the focus is solely on you, and that's basically what you need to do. But again, you start off close to your face, gradually moving it further and further away. Set your dog up for success. Don't push them so hard that they're not going to be able to do it, okay? Using food is a good thing. If you use food enough, and every time you give that piece of food, you say good boy, good girl, good, or yes, or whatever you want to use as that secondary reinforcer, whether it be a click or a word, you make sure you're consistently doing it. And as you proof that, you can then reduce the food. Until you've got to that level, keep using it. Make sure you've got the art of attention or focus, and make sure that you're actively proofing your dog's training and not just expecting them to go from a training environment or the living room to a busy park. Okay guys, I hope that's helpful. If you have any other questions, please ask in the comments or reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to help. Have a good day.